Hi, I am Dr. Arvind Kumar, Chairman, Institute of Chest and Robotic Surgery at Medanta, the Medicity, Gurugram. Lung infections are very common these days, and these may occur due to various causes which may range from viral infections, bacterial infections, fungal infections to various other kinds of infections. Of course, these days corona or COVID infection is the talk of the town because it's a pandemic across the world where the COVID virus is causing pneumonia in the lungs. So, cancer is the term we use for a new growth which occurs in any tissue, and this growth does not follow the normal growth patterns and it just grows endlessly and destroys any and every tissue that comes in its way and also spreads to various parts of the body. In layman's language, this is how you can describe cancer. So, when the same thing occurs in the lung tissue, it is called lung cancer. Lung cancer was unknown till the time the industrialization and widespread use of tobacco started. Ever since the industrialization started and use of tobacco started, the incidence of lung cancer has been rising across the world. It almost became an epidemic in Western countries. They took a lot of measures, and now in the last few years in those countries, in Western world, the incidence has slowly started coming down. But sadly, the incidence is on a steep rise in India amongst men from a position where the lung cancer was way down in the list. In the last 10 odd years, it has galloped to number 1 position as cause of cancer in men and is also rising very rapidly in women as well. The previous 2 decades belong to heart and heart related ailments, but due to pollution, due to increasing smoking and various factors, the next 2 decades will belong to lung and lung related issues where lung cancer is going to be a major problem in our country due to various causes. Oftentimes people ask, what are the causes of lung cancer? Well, typically the cause of most of the cancers in body is real cause is not known, but there are various associations which are known, and the strongest association that is known out of any cancer in the body is in the case of lung cancer, where there is a direct association between tobacco smoking and lung cancer, which was known for last 3, 4, 5 decades, and now we are discovering that pollution, air pollution, is also acting as a cancer causing agent and is contributing in a big way to the rising incidence of cancer in India, particularly in non-smoking population, which I am seeing in large numbers. Now, 30 years of treating lung cancer has given me a change in the epidemiological profile of lung cancer. So, about 30 years back, 90% of the lung cancers I would see would be in smokers, people who will smoke 20, 30 cigarettes a day, very few non-smokers. But today, over 50% of the patients are non-smokers. There are more and more non-smoking women who are developing lung cancer. There are more and more people in their 30s and 40s who are developing lung cancer, and these are all because of increasing use of tobacco as well as increasing air pollution around us. A very important question is, how does one detect lung cancer? What are its early signs and symptoms? So, many a times when the growth develops in the lung, it doesn't cause any symptoms, and numerous times it happens that the person has a chest x-ray done or CT scan done for some reason and it is detected. When it does cause symptoms, cough is usually the first symptom that occurs. Sometimes there is blood which comes out in the cough, which is called hemoptysis. There could be chest pain, there could be breathlessness, and when the cancer has spread from lungs to other parts of the body, there could be various symptoms which could vary from headache and brain related symptoms to pain in the bones, to pain in the back, to various other symptoms depending on where the tumor has spread. So, cough, blood in the sputum, chest pain and breathlessness. These are 4 important symptoms. Unfortunately, these 4 same symptoms also occur in another disease which is rampant in our country, which is tuberculosis of the chest. And it is no wonder that numerous times patients who present with these symptoms are misdiagnosed initially as tuberculosis, because tuberculosis is far more common than lung cancer, and these patients are put on tuberculosis treatment for many months till such time that the tumor starts increasing, the symptoms increase, and then a CT scan or a biopsy is done and the diagnosis is made. In the process, precious months are lost, and many a times an operable disease becomes inoperable by the time the diagnosis is made. So, I would like to highlight that when anybody above the age of 30 years today, earlier we used to say 50 years, but because of the decreasing incidence, I am tempted to decrease this age to 30 now. Anyone above the age of 30 years, if he has persistent cough, especially if he has had blood in the sputum, they must have a proper chest X-ray, CT scan and proper investigation to rule out lung cancer. The good news is that if we can catch it in early stage when it is still confined to the lungs, the cure is possible. But if we catch it late when the cancer has spread beyond the lungs, usually cure is not. So, another question asked often is about seasonal cough. So, chronic smokers continue to have cough, and usually their cough becomes worse during winter months when there is super added infection. Same way, many other people who are otherwise not having cough do have cough because of during winter time. Now, this usually happens because the viral infections are more common in this time, and these viral infections often lead to cough. Also, the pollution levels are higher during this period, and that also leads to some amount of bronchospasm and often contributes to persistent cough in these people. So, if you have a persistent cough which doesn't go away, please don't ignore it. Please go see a doctor, get a chest X-ray done, if needed get a CT scan done, and do not rest till the exact cause has been found and has been remedied. These are COVID times, and everybody is looking for ways to differentiate COVID symptoms from non-COVID symptoms. Now, cough can be present in non-COVID infections also, and it could be part of COVID infection also, and oftentimes people ask, how does one differentiate between a cough due to non-COVID cause from a cough due to a COVID cause? Well, there is no clear-cut differentiation in the quality of cough, in the severity of the cough, or the 24-hour cycle of cough between COVID, non-COVID. First of all, numerous patients with COVID mild infection may not have cough at all. Those who do have lung involvement do have cough, which can vary from mild cough to continuous cough, and there is no characteristic feature of cough of COVID infection which can help us differentiate it. But if you do have fever etc. associated, I think it's advisable to get yourself tested for COVID to rule it out. When we have infections in the chest, it could affect the upper part of the chest, which means, so the system starts from nose, then we have nasopharynx, and then we have the windpipe starting, windpipe goes down, divides into two, and then we have the two lungs. So the upper part, which means the nasopharynx, the pharynx and the upper part, the windpipe, that is what we call upper respiratory tract. So this is a common site for viral infections, where we have some fever, we often have sore throat, running nose, sometimes there could be dry cough also. This is what we call URTI or upper respiratory tract infection. The important message is majority of these upper respiratory infections are viral in origin. Oftentimes people start consuming antibiotics for treating these. Majority of the cases do not need antibiotics. All you need is to treat your fever and symptomatic treatment with some anti-allergics. These are self-limiting. In 3 to 5 days time they tend to settle. As opposed to this part, when you have infection occurring in the lung tissue, that is what is called LRTI or lower respiratory tract infection, which is typically infection in the lung substance, and that could be viral occasionally, as is happening with COVID, or more often it is because of bacterial, and these days even fungal infections are occurring, but commonest of them is bacterial infection, which can occur in children and presents as pneumonia. It can also occur in elderly people, presents as pneumonia. So upper respiratory infection will have usually fever, a running nose, sore throat and some dry cough. Breathlessness and chest pain are not that prominent symptoms and patient doesn't get sick. As opposed to that, in lung infection, which is typically pneumonia, you may have fever, but you will have chest pain, you will have breathlessness, and patients tend to get sick very fast because it's a major infection and they need to be rushed to hospitals and appropriate treatment needs to be given.